What's going on, guys? This is Patty, and Perfect World, the veteran of Korean free-to-play games, came out with a new closed beta testing for a new free-to-play game that they always seem to be doing, called Raiderz. If you guys don't know who Perfect World is, they're responsible for games such as Blackout Retribution, Forsaken World, Rusty Hearts, War of the Immortals, and apparently Torchlight. I had no idea that they made Torchlight. That kind of boggles my mind. Anyways, the closed beta testing has just begun, and I was lucky enough to get a key via a program I use called Rapture, which if you guys want to know what Rapture is, I'll actually do a video on that. I haven't looked up on how long the closed beta test will be, but I'll be bringing you guys videos just to show off the game. In a nutshell, it's basically a Terra clone. For those of you who didn't play Terra, it was another one of these quote-unquote WoW killers, just like Star Wars, just like Conan, just like Warhammer 40k, MMO, whatever Warhammer game was the online MMO. And just like all the other games, like SWTOR, like Terra, like Conan, it went free to play. But the aspect of this game is very different from like the traditional RPGs we have now. One of the things that makes it different from all the other games other than Terra is it's completely skill shot based. So it's not like you select your target and you cast a spell, and if that target moves or you move, or if you move, your spell won't follow it. Your spell goes dead straight. So you actually have to aim everything, including your melee, which means PvP is going to be horrible. And if you're a melee, you're going to have so much fun being Titan. So far, I'm only level 9. And it seems to be kind of a slow start. It is closed beta. You have your typical co-quest, your go here, get this shit, come back quests. There's herbing and mining, obviously, because you wouldn't be an MMO fantasy RPG without herbing and mining. And those are actually picked up through a quest, which you can, I guess, miss and not pick it up ever, which would kind of be shitty. They have armor and weaponsmithing as well, which is done only via NPCs. So you would actually go to your NPC depending on the armor you wanted, and you would look at all the shit, and you would pick the gear you wanted, and you would purchase the recipes, which I believe are free. And that would actually let you look at the recipes and be like, okay, these are the mats I need. And then when you click on the mats, it would actually bring up a list of all the mobs that drop these mats and the levels of those mobs. So you at least have a general idea of where you need to be. Another interesting, quote-unquote interesting feature is some mobs drop like their weapons, and if you can pick up their weapons and use them for a certain amount of time, and those weapons have certain skills attached to them. So, for instance, you can pick up like a club from an ogre, and then you can go around and bash other ogres with this ogre club and do special abilities that only this weapon can do, which is pretty cool. But in general, I'm just going to be covering the basics of the game. Movement, combat questing, early bosses, gear, classes, talent trees, and everything else involved at the beginning of the game. Because it is closed beta, right now there's no quote-unquote endgame. And so I can't show it to you guys. But if you are interested in Raiderz, check out the links in the description to see if you can get a beta key. And as always, guys, I'm Patty. I'll see you online.